It's the opening night and they're lighting the lights. The orchestra is tuning to make sure they sound right. It's time to start our show tonight.
Hi, I'm at Liverpool's Philharmonic Hall, which will be hosting a celebratory gala performance this September to mark the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II.
Today is Victory in Europe Day. This is your victory. It is a victory in the cause of freedom in every land. In all our long history, we have never seen a greater day than this.
Well, on Sunday, the 27th of September, in the magnificent setting of the Philharmonic Hall, Liverpool, we will be celebrating the 70th anniversary year of the end of the Second World War. A magnificent gala concert. There'll be 300 on the stage, top-class choirs, dancers, singers, one of the country's top brass band, and we'll all be there giving great praise and jubilation to be free. Europe was free from Nazi domination. How about that? Well, I have done it before. I did D-Day last year at the Phil, and so in a way, much of the physical material is already there. But when I contacted SAFA, they have the contacts with all the cadet and young soldiers associations, so I was able to link into that. I already have an association with the famous Liverpool Welsh Choral Union who are coming, and the incredible, and believe me, one of the best singing groups around is the West Kirby Operatic Association, and they're coming along as well. We also have the White Cliffs of Dover dancers, we have wonderful soloists, and of course the top band in the country, the Northrop Silver Band. But it's going to be quite a spectacle. We're inviting members of the public to dress up in 1940s outfits, which they did last year. So people come in dressed with the old-fashioned nylons, the hairstyles. Men come with the military thing. But another thing I meant to mention is we're going to interview two veterans from those days who really have a story to tell about the Second World War and how it was for them, and memorable events on that day, on the 8th of May 1945, when it all ended.
Well, basically who we are, with the Soldiers, Sailors, Airmen and Families Association, but we also cover people who've retired from the Merchant Navy and the Reserves as well. And basically we offer lifelong support to our armed forces veterans and their families. So as and when they retire from the armed services themselves and go through the transition back to civil life, we offer them a welfare service for the rest of their lives, basically. And it's practical support, it's emotional support, it's financial support. SAFA is a national organisation, but it's run regionally, and Merseyside's a big region. We estimate we have probably 120,000 veterans and families living in the region. So there's an enormous catchment area, an enormous amount of work to do. And in Liverpool and Merseyside, it's Liverpool, Wirral, Knowsley, St Helens, and Liverpool City itself. We deal with 600 cases a year, probably, the usual year, the average year. And we offer that practical support because a lot of the veterans, maybe some of them are getting older, can't do things for themselves. We offer emotional support, so people who've been through bereavement, who've been through family breakdown, who've got psychological problems maybe, or injuries to deal with. And all the knock-on events of transition back from armed forces service life back into family life, like the sort of things that happen. We will offer a whole range of support, from adoption services to counselling, to mentoring, to very specialist services in terms of physical injuries for those who've lost limbs, or life-changing injuries in wars of Iraq and Afghanistan.
I'd like to introduce two of our top musicians for this concert. One is our conductor, our esteemed conductor, Rob Bowness, who is a very experienced musician, and the other is George Gallagher, winner of the Frank Sinatra competition at Christmas.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'll go sailing. Well, I've known Graham for years. I originally entered the Merseyside Young Singer of the Year in 2008.
Okay.
And I was lucky enough to win that one as well. So Graham took me under his wing after that show and really took me on and helped me develop into a performer. And yeah, so Graham's been a big part of my life performing-wise for many years.
So I guess it's important for you to be involved in this then?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, yeah. It's obviously it's one of the most prestigious halls probably in the country, you know, alone. But to be involved with Graham and doing it, it's great, yeah.
Yeah. Groups, and you've got lots of different people involved, haven't you, in this piece?
Yeah, it's Graham manages to schedule it all expertly so that I'm musical director of West Kirkby Light Opera Society, so I'm already rehearsing a lot of their material with them. Liverpool Welsh Choral are being rehearsed by their musical director.
Okay.
And then a couple of weeks before the show I start rehearsal with them to get the two choirs to match.
Okay.
And also going for rehearsals with Northrop Silver Band, who are fantastic. They're just an amazing, top-notch, crack group of musicians. But we only ever all get together on the day, by which time it should all slot seamlessly into place.
Fingers crossed.
And George is going to come over to rehearse with the band his numbers. So, I mean, when we did the D-Day concert last year, we did that, and I think we were all a bit amazed at how seamlessly it all fitted into place.
So this is a perfect performance opportunity for you.
Oh yeah, especially to be performing with Rob and his band. It's going to be incredible on the night, you know, because it's a completely different ball game playing with the band. Obviously, it's great performing with backing tracks as well when I'm doing my gigs around Liverpool and stuff. But performing with a band is just a completely different game, you know.
We also have, and I know he'll be here, we also have the very famous actor Derek Herbert, who is the Winston Churchill, the famous Winston Churchill impersonator, and he will be reading and saying in that inimitable style of Winston Churchill some of the great wartime speeches that rallied the nation.
Now, my friends, this is your hour. This is not a victory of any class or party. This is a victory for the great British generation as a whole. We were the first in this ancient island to draw the sword against tyranny. And after a short while, we were left all alone. All alone for a whole year against the most tremendous military power that has ever been seen. Were we downhearted? I think not.
I just like to keep the 1940s era alive, and I love Winston Churchill, everything about him. The man saved this country, there's no doubt about that, and I like to keep his name alive. I got into it about 10 years ago, quite by chance really. So it was a function we were going to and they needed a Winston Churchill, and I just can do a few mimicky voices, so I put, and it's developed from there.
The lights went out and the bombs came down, but no man or woman in this ancient island ever gave a thought of quitting the struggle.
Action this day was what Winston did. He cut all through the red tape and got this country. He saved this country. There's no doubt about it. He saved the democracy of the world. Had this country gone down, there'd been nowhere to do D-Day landings. They would have moved on. Hitler, Mein Kampf, said he wants to take over the world, and that's what and we were in his way. And Winston Churchill was the man who saved democracy in the world. And there's no doubt about that. Everybody must be absolutely clear about that. I wouldn't be sat here, and that is why I want to keep his name alive. He was a brilliant man. The more you study about, the more he was dyslexic.
Oh, I did not realise
Oh, he was dyslexic. He was in the last cavalry charge of the Battle of Omdurman, when Kitchener's army facing the whirling dervishes. He was pulled off. He got separated from the column, and they were stabbing at his horse. And he was firing at them. He got away. That was his worst time. He said they ever thought he was going to be pulled off the horse and stabbed to pieces. But he saved the day. When he was Home Secretary, the siege of Sydney Street, there he is with his top hat, leading them against the anarchists. And you can see if there's a film action, and a bullet just misses his head. He ducks. He was fearless, and that's what you need.
Can I also say, is the finale of the concert, you will have nearly 40 young soldiers, sailors and airmen marching down the aisles with the Union Jacks and their banners to form a great finale of flags at the end of the performance.
It'll be quite a spectacle.
It will be quite a spectacle. The date is Sunday, the 27th of September at 7:15 in the Philharmonic Hall, and tickets may be bought from the Philharmonic Hall box office, which is 709-3789, or you can buy them from my ticket manager, Mavis, on 652-6373. But wherever you go, it's at the Philharmonic Hall.
A quick glimpse of the sort of activities we do. There's our logo. We're so pleased that Graham is offering this opportunity of fundraising, because we are a volunteer society. Nobody is paid for their services, but we do need community fundraising of this nature to support it. So for those who are watching the programme, please help us, please join us as volunteers, and please continue to give your funds. Thank you, Graham.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now for a lovely cup of coffee.
Advance Britannia. Long live the cause of freedom, and God bless you all.
Scousewives is about 4 ordinary women from Liverpool that are living in 4 terraced houses in a back street. And the plot of the play, really, it's Vanessa's hen night, played by Charlie Griffiths, and it's the days leading up and after her wedding, which is incidentally to a prisoner in Walton Jail that she's never met.
I'm playing Vanessa, and Vanessa is a loudmouth, doesn't really care what people think or care about other people's emotions or anything. She just says what she feels, and she's basically, it's her wedding night, well, her wedding day. It's all the build up towards that, and she's marrying a guy who's in Walton prison, and so it's all about that. Never met him before or anything, only spoken to him on the phone, and she's fallen in love with him because he's dead posh. He sounds lovely on the phone, hasn't got a clue why he's in jail or anything, and so she's just one of them girls. She's lovable, but she just makes you cringe at some of the things she says. You're like, oh God, you can't say that. But she is. She's just, I'm sure everyone knows a Vanessa.
And meantime, we've got Trisha, who's moved into number 1, which is the Battered Wives house. But we have to call it the Ladies' Refuge, because it's like dead politically correct to call it anything else now.
I play a character called Trisha, who's from Manchester and has been relocated to a safe house over in Liverpool. It deals with a few underlying issues, which will become obviously apparent towards the end of the play. You know what I mean? And I think, you know people that have been in these positions of these women. Do you know what I mean? They're vulnerable, gone through this domestic abuse, etc., but then still want to maintain that level of humour within it. You know what I mean? So they don't actually fold and go under. So yeah, it's good stuff.
We've got Lily, who gets beaten up by her fella, and when she accidentally kills him, it's just about all the events that go round and try and cover it up for her.
I play Lily, which is a character that somebody else played in the show when it was first done, and I actually played a different character. Lily is the oldest of the 3 women, 4 women in it. She's the oldest. She's also got delusions of grandeur. She thinks she's a lot posher and a lot nicer than she is. But Lily also runs a little business from her home. But Lily's got a very sad premise in the end, because she is actually on a regular basis beat up by her husband, and she has a terrible life which she hides very well by being this happy-go-lucky posh woman with lots of, and runs this little business. The business is actually selling cigarettes and money laundering, which, but as I say, she's a real very sad woman in the end because she's terrified of her husband, and well, if you come and see it, you'll find out something really big happens to Lily in the show. But I'm not going to tell you because it'll let everything go.
So, I mean, it's very funny and it's just very Scouse and it's a good laugh.
Oh, they're just mad as hatters. It's just mad as hatters, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm like the ambassador for Manchester and Liverpool, you know what I mean? I'm like half an hour up the M56, but we got on great. It's great crack, and you got a good group of actors who you trust each other, you know what I mean? And not scared to sort of like, give you, constructive criticism, etc, etc. It's great.
It's a great laugh, and it is for men and women. Hen nights would love it, but there's a little bit of drama in it, but we just want people to go away on a high, have a great laugh. The people they know, you know what I mean, all the characters they'll have met, probably don't want to live next door to, but they'll have met them, and just come and have a great night out and a good laugh.
Hiya, I'm Vanessa, and I am gorgeous, and I can't wait for you to come see my wedding. Only some of you are invited, like.
Well, it's on the Floral Pavilion, and we open on the 28th of September till the 1st of October, and box office line is 0151 666 0000, or you can go on their website, and it's www.floralpavilion.com.
Will you come and see Desperate Scousewives, because we're all wonderful, and I myself, I'm quite good on the stage.
I'm not brilliant funny or nothing, but you should proper come and see the show, because we're all dead talented and that, and we've been having a dead nice time. We're in the pub rehearsing, which is great. It's called Fogarty's, and they have live music, and it's proper banging and all that. Anyway, try and come.
He could make it sound like a choir of angels.
Could that have been Bobby Swanson lurking in the corner?
Indeed he could.
He cut me dead.
But his eyesight isn't what it used to be. You're waiting for his cataracts to run.
My name is Bernard Dillon, and I'm the director of Quartet for Centenary Theatre Company, and we're putting on this play by Ronald Harwood. It's a comedy, and it's being produced at the Brindley Theatre in Runcorn from Tuesday the 15th to Saturday the 19th of September.
He looked as though he were spying for a foreign power.
Oh, he's all right. He's just disappointed, that's all.
It was written in 1999, and Ronald Harwood went on to write the screenplay, which came out 2 or 3 years ago with Billy Connolly, Maggie Smith, Pauline Collins and Tom Courtney. It was a successful film, but we think the play is better. It doesn't have cumbersome subplots, and the characters are 4 people, the quartet. That's all it needs.
I'd seen the film, and it just looked like a really nice, feel-good thing to do. And I love the character. As soon as I read through the character, I thought I've got to do this one. So yeah, so I feel quite comfortable with it. It's very enjoyable. It's something different than I normally do. I normally do sort of quite edgy stuff, and so this is good. Yeah, good. Yeah.
It's an old people's home for retired musicians and opera singers. 3 of the cast are already in residence. Jean arrives, she knows them all, and she causes a little bit of consternation, especially as regards Reggie, who she used to be married to at one point. Sissy and Wilf are also there. Sissy's wonderfully warm-hearted character, but she's losing it a bit, as we all are, to a certain extent. Wilf is a bit of a rogue. He's a bit of a lad's lad, and likes to think he's still got sex appeal and could take advantage of that.
They keep it at almost 80 degrees. I swim every morning.
And I watch her. It's the only exercise I take.
Reggie, please say something to me.
It's going very well. We've got 4 very, very good actors. Because the age of the characters is supposed to be about 70, we've naturally got a more mature, experienced group of people. 2 of them have been long-term members of the company. One of them has been with us for about 4 years or so, but is very experienced. There is a newcomer to Centenary, not been on stage with Centenary before, but she has done a lot of things before that.
Oh, because it's a great play to do. 4 parts, 4 large parts, and I absolutely adore acting, and I love doing plays.
Are you a member of this group as well?
I am. It's a music drama group, and I love musicals, but I'm not a great singer. So I like to do the plays as well.
It's going to be a laugh. You may shed a little tear. It's the whole gambit of emotions, really. Yeah.
The best way is to phone directly the Brindley or go there if you live in Runcorn. The box office is number 0151 907 8360. And there is a 2 tickets for the price of 1 offer. This is only available by telephone or by going up to the box office. It's not available booking online on the computer.